Hopper, there is such an unfriendly, dishonest, disloyal, untrustworthy, undependable, closed-minded, thoughtless, stupid, immature, unethical, cowardly, deconstructive, unproductive, regressive, socialistic, unobservant, messy, late, illogical, slow,
By the gram. Petroleum!
Alright. Bro, this fucking dog is so well treated, he doesn't even fucking blink when I pretend to punch him. He doesn't even flinch. He just has such a fucking comfy life. This motherfucker has never been goddamn disciplined in a day of his life. Alright? Alright. Stop talking, I'm listening to Skate House. Barca and Luke trailers came out? 2 dudes? Whatever. Maybe we'll check it out tomorrow. Alrighty. The Third Year's Curse of Oyashiro-sama. Oh, spoopy. Boom. Dodie, stop looking at me, bitch. The strange medicine I can hardly remember was a capsule. The red capsule! Or maybe it was an oval tablet. It was so red it must have been a capsule. I can't imagine a tablet in that color. It must have been a capsule. I think it was a little bigger than a normal one. I think. I can't remember. Although I can hardly remember it. If I see that medicine again, it'll refresh my memory. That medicine strips away humanity. It takes away a human soul, memory, emotion, and it numbs the human body. There are no thoughts, no interests, No will to stay awake or asleep. There's no sense of time. Sometimes a second can feel like an eternity, and other times I can almost see the hour hand move. Oh my god, bro. It's infinite. Oh my god, he got hit by infinite void. Gojo. Either way, there's no emotion involved. I can't feel any emotion. The medicine only lets me stay in bed and look up at the ceiling. Only the people who have taken it can understand its misery. What's more scary is that while I'm on the medication, I don't realize how scary it is. I'm given the medication daily and I keep losing all my senses. So when the medicine wore off by accident, I realized I should never take it again. That's right. This isn't medicine that will heal me. It's just going to kill me slowly. If I continue to take this medicine, I probably wouldn't be able to tell if I was dead or alive, and I would end up losing myself forever. I'll keep looking up at the ceiling without any emotion and keep watching the clock tick forever. If I take the medicine again, I'll lose all the senses I finally regained. I may never be able to bring myself back again. Since the day I realized that, I've been pretending to take the medicine, but throwing it away instead. If your doctor prescribes medication, you have to finish taking it, even if your symptoms are gone. I can hear my mother's voice. Oh, this is Rena! Anytime I went to the doctor's office when I was a child, my mother said that to me. I usually got well before I finished all the medicine, so I didn't finish taking the rest. That's why my mother said that. But this is a different type of medicine. I don't even remember how old I was when my mother said that, but with this strange capsule in front of me, I have to try and get rid of my mother's voice from the inside of my head. I pressed down on my head with my elbows until it hurt, trying to get rid of what my mother kept telling me. Right. As my head clears, I start to remember the ugly side of my mother. That fucking bitch. My mother betrayed her family. She betrayed me and my father, who waited for her at home with dinner on the table. She told us she was busy with work, but she was having an affair. That was bad enough, but she asked my father for a divorce after he took such good care of her for so many years. But there's something else I can't forgive her for. She invited only me to meet with her new family. Not my father, just me. My father and I are family. Family means being together. Yet my mother tried to destroy the bond between my father and me. Not only had she destroyed her bond with him, she tried to destroy my bond with him too. When I remember, it makes me feel angry and hateful, and I can't forgive her. The back of my eyes started to hurt, and I could feel the hatred on my face. That overflowing animosity is aimed not only at my mother, but also the man she had an affair with. The man she had an affair with, Uncle Akihito. I didn't like him teasing me, but he gave me an allowance and tried to have fun with me. I liked him very much, but his niceness was all calculated. He wanted to destroy the family bonds between my mother, my father, and me. That's why I shouldn't have said I liked him very much. That's right, I'm starting to remember and understand. I now know my true enemy. It was his fault that my mother started to have an affair, because my mother was a very good mother. He was the one who made her a bad one. So he's the one who deserves the blame. Kill him, Rena. When was the first time I met him? I think it was the time when my mother and I went out and had lunch at the restaurant. She introduced him as one of her colleagues from work. At that time, if I think about that first meeting, I think I felt something wasn't right with the way my mother acted around him. That's right, I did. I did think something was wrong. It didn't feel right. I wish I trusted my instincts then. I was a fool to think he was a nice person just because he gave me a strawberry from his piece of cake. It was not my father's fault, because I bet he never met Uncle Akihito. But I have. I've met him many times, and there were a lot of chances to realize he was my enemy. If I had a strong enough will to protect my happiness, I could have noticed that. I can't forget how my father looked on that day. My father, who was so nice and gentle, grabbed his knees so tightly and cried so hard. He asked me if I knew Uncle Akihito. I answered yes. Then he slapped me in the face. When he slapped me, I finally realized how stupid I was for being taken in by him. That's right, it was my fault. I destroyed the happiness I had hoped to last forever with my own hands. If I hadn't been that stupid, my father wouldn't have had to cry like that. And my mother would have stayed good. If I wasn't that stupid, it was my fault. Yeah, you should have killed Akihito since day one, Rena. I can't forgive my mother and Uncle Akihito. Even when I hate him this much, I still call him Uncle, and I can't forgive myself for that. It was my fault. Everything was my fault. I was too stupid and foolish, and that's why this happened. I hate her. I'm sad. I'm frustrated. I can't stop being angry. If my mother ever came back to this house, I would rip her apart with my hands. But she never came back. My anger turned toward everything that my mother left in the house. I destroyed every relic my mother left behind, one after another. I threw and smashed everything, but that still didn't calm me down. Even after I turned the whole house upside down, I still couldn't calm my anger. Where does my anger gather? It starts from inside of me, goes through my arms to my fingertips, and spurts from my nails. Where else can it go? So my nails aim at my own body. My body is the filthiest and most disgusting thing of all. I'm the one to be blamed. No, I'm not to blame. My mother's most at fault. My mother's the most corrupt. My body and soul feel filthy. I wanted to stain myself black and slice the remaining flesh into pieces. And one day I finally realized there are tons of maggots in my blood. I am rotten. I'm rotten from the inside. Come on, rot more. But it is indescribably itchy. It is itchy, 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 itchy. I stabbed my thigh with a razor blade in the bathroom. The blood flowed out. Reddish black maggots spilled out. I forced myself to open my blood vessels with my thumbs. Ah! The maggots spilled out. Squirm, 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 squirm. So many maggots spilled out from my left thigh. There were probably just as many in my right thigh. Maybe my calves too. My arms, abdomen, chest. No. How many maggots are there in the blood vessels in my neck? Strangely, although I've become rather insane, there is still a part of me that is calm. If I keep ripping myself apart like this, I'll end up dead. But everything is my fault, and I'm the one to be blamed. Even if I blame my mother, the only way I can disgrace her is with my own body. Oh, I get it now. That's the best means for quelling my anger. I feel like I'm thinking incredibly rationally now. In order to forgive myself, I need someone else to blame. It has to be someone else's fault, but no such person exists. No matter how much I think about it or how I twist the logic, my own body is the only outlet to vent this anger. So long as there's no one else to blame, I'll be forced to rip open every blood cell in my body. Just like no matter how much I scratch, it still itches. No matter how much I rip apart my own body, it's not enough. The blood is all over the bathroom, and I'm sure it makes for quite the gruesome scene. Although I'm trying to stay calm, I can't ignore the sharp pain that runs through my body. Maybe because I've lost so much blood, or maybe because I'm naked in the bathroom, I feel freezing cold. My whole body is throbbing and my heart is beating so fast. I'm cold and hot at the same time, and I'm also sad, angry, and in pain. I want to find something that lets me forgive myself. Then, it came. It came in a heavenly light. It was mysterious and unreal, like something out of this world. Oeshiro-sama. It apologized. It kept apologizing. Why is it apologizing? You apologize when you're at fault. So this thing I just met for the first time was admitting to wronging me? That means I'm not at fault. It's at fault, not me. Aha! Aha! I dropped the razor blade. It fell into the puddle of blood. The pain is taking over my body. The pain of ripping apart my own body is taking over me. I've been telling myself this pain is the punishment for what I've done. But I'm not at fault. It is. So I don't need to accept this pain as a punishment. So I don't need to defile my body anymore. She continued apologizing to me over and over as I stood there covered in fresh blood. She apologized every time I wanted to blame myself, constantly whispering that it wasn't my fault. Oeshiro-sama exists. She is always following me. Pip-pat, pip-pat. And every time I can't endure the guilt, she apologizes and tells me I'm not at fault. Everything is caused by the curse of Oeshiro-sama. Things started to go wrong when I broke the rule that I wasn't supposed to leave Hinamizawa. I finally remember, when I moved from Hinamizawa, one of my neighbors gave me a charm. She said that if I left Hinamizawa, I'd be cursed, so I had to take the charm. That's right, she gave me a charm. It had some complicated writing on it, but I haven't seen it since I moved here. I may have lost it. There's nothing I can do about that. If Hinamizawa residents leave Hinamizawa, they'll be cursed. My mother and I, even Uncle Akihiro too, may have gone insane because of the curse of Oeshiro-sama. Nobody was at fault from the beginning, because everything is caused by the curse of Oeshiro-sama. Nobody's at fault, nobody. I am finally able to forgive everything. The anger that I couldn't get rid of even after I destroyed everything, including my body and soul, is finally gone. Father, now I know. The curse of Oeshiro-sama is what caused my mother to leave, and for you to be so sad. You remember Oeshiro-sama, don't you? The guardian deity of Hinamizawa. That's right. People of Hinamizawa aren't supposed to go to the outside world. That's why mother went insane. It's all because of the curse of Oeshiro-sama. If we had stayed in Hinamizawa, we would have been happy. Oeshiro-sama came to me and told me that. Come to think of it, Oeshiro-sama has been trying to tell me that for a long time. After mother left, I didn't know why she left or how to express my anger. Oeshiro-sama has kept following me ever since then to let me know that. She followed me everywhere, the sound of her footsteps echoing behind me. But I pretend I didn't notice her. Ah ha ha ha, I was so stupid. I didn't hear her voice until I slashed my body all over. If only I had listened to Oyashiro-sama's voice. I bet she started warning me once Uncle Akihiro came into my life. If the whole family had gone back to Hinamizawa, my mother wouldn't have had an affair. We would have been happy there. I bet Oyashiro-sama has been trying to tell me that. That's right, she must have been trying to warn me ever since we left Hinamizawa. She was always with me. She followed me everywhere. I was stupid trying to pretend I didn't notice. Everything was because of that stupidity. If I had noticed Oyashiro-sama's voice, my family wouldn't have suffered from the curse. It's all my fault. Ah, Oyashiro-sama is apologizing. She keeps apologizing, which means this is all her fault. So this isn't my fault, is it? Because this is the curse of Oyashiro-sama, right? She's apologizing, saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Oyashiro-sama is apologizing repeatedly. So I'm sorry too. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I didn't hear your voice. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. We are from Hinamizawa, so we have to keep hearing your voice. Oyashiro-sama definitely exists. Can't you hear, Father? Don't you see? Oyashiro-sama's right there apologizing, saying, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry too. Come on, Father, let's apologize too. Mother, you don't have to apologize. You should die because of the curse. Whoa! I hate you, Mother. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. I hate myself for being your daughter. These maggots are your fault. They make me itch everywhere. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. No, no, I don't want that medicine. My mother got it to kill me, so I don't want it. I won't take it. I won't take it. Stop, stop. This is a curse, so you can't fix it with medicine. It won't get rid of the maggots because this is a curse. No, I don't want a shot either. Stop, stop. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. Everything is falling into a gray world. The voices of my father and the doctor sound so far away. Even what just happened seemed like it happened a long, long time ago. Again, I'm given the capsule, and even my memory from a minute ago is gone. I'm back in my bed, staring at the ceiling. What else? And what I can see, the only thing that interests me is the hands on the clock. Tick-tock, tick-tock. I follow the minute hand as it goes around quickly and the hour hand as it goes around slowly. I see other things too, but they keep going through the same motions just like the hands on the clock. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's my fault. I'm sorry. Oyashiro-sama keeps apologizing. Tick-tock, tick-tock. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Tick-tock, tick-tock. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Repeating over and over constantly and nothing else. The chorus of Higurashi coming in through the window during the night seems louder than usual. Oh my gosh, she said the word. Alright, looks like we're going to probably Satoshi / the next phase here. Yep, we've hit all of those. Okay. Let's go.
ごめんください。
Oh my god, Rena.
はいはいはい。あれどちら様？
あ、どうも。私、お隣に引っ越してきました。リュウグウと申します。引っ越しのご挨拶にお伺いしました。どうかよろしくお願いします。
Blah blah blah.
あららら。こんな竜宮さんだってお隣の空き家に引っ越されてきたって。
ああ、
Holy hag.
あんたレナちゃんかいな。大きゅうなって。
はい、レイナです。覚えててくれてたんですか？はあ。
Oh my god, how?
なんねお母ちゃん知ってんのかい？
知ってるもなんと。ああ、お前沖宮に住んどったから知らんか。ずいぶん前に住んでたお隣さんね。そうかいそうかい、戻ってきたんかい。やっぱり都会よか村の方が落ち着くんねえな。
住んでたのは小さい頃なんであまりよくは覚えていないんですけど、でもここが私の帰ってくるところだったんだなってとても懐かしくなります。
なら馴染むのは早いね。なんかお手伝いできることがあったらいつでも言ってね。遠慮はしないのがここのルールだから。
はい、ありがとうございます。
I thought I'd remember things if I walked around the village, but I still don't remember much. I do recall, however, the vivid breeze as well as the brilliant greenery. I don't remember the village, but I remember that this is my hometown. Red scars still remain on my body. They are hardly visible, and I can't even feel them. I'm sure they'll disappear soon. Now that I'm back in Hinamizawa, sometimes I wonder who I was back in Ibaraki. In fact, I think I wasn't myself from the moment I left. And now, by coming back here, I finally regained my true self. I can hardly remember what I was like back in Ibaraki. Well, that's probably because of the red medicine. The medicine erased all of my painful memories. Maybe that was for the best. I just wanted to be forgiven back then. I couldn't forgive my mother. I couldn't forgive Uncle Akihito, and more than anybody, I couldn't forgive myself. I wanted someone to acknowledge that I wasn't at fault. I wanted to be forgiven. So Oyashiro-sama apologized. She told me I wasn't at fault because it was the curse of Oyashiro-sama. That's how I was able to forgive myself. I didn't have to die by tearing my blood vessels out of my body. I think people have to die because they become corrupted. That's why people try their hardest not to dirty themselves all their lives. But I'm still living despite how dirty I am. I've been allowed to live. Is there still some filth left on me? Or am I all clean? I don't know. The only thing I know is that the me who lived in Ibaraki and the me who's here right now are two different people. I no longer feel the need to take responsibility by ripping myself apart because of the filth. The fuck you want, dog? After arranging some furniture and unpacking some boxes, we finally had dinner. Although I hardly remember Hinamizawa, my father remembers things very clearly.
お父さんたちがひなみ沢に住んでた頃にもあったんだけど、今は綿流しという行事がとても大きなお祭りになってるらしい。6月の終わり頃にあるらしいね。
綿流し？
お父さんも見たことないんでわからないんだけど、体についた汚れを綿に吸い取らせて沢に流す行事らしい。
Absorb the filth.
汚れって流してしまえるものなんだね。
そりゃそうだ。人間は罪深い生き物だからね。生きてるだけで日々汚れが我が身に降り積もっていくものなんだそうだ。それを年に1回体をお掃除するように綿に吸い取ってもらって捨ててしまおうということらしいよ。
People become burdened with filth and sin by doing something bad. Court sentences can settle your crimes legally, but that doesn't mean the burden of sin of the filth will just go away. In other words, human hands can't erase human filth in this human world. The filth is something humans can't get rid of, and that's why we need a god from a different world to do that. That's what I thought. But I'm surprised to learn about Watanagashi. Human hands erasing human filth in the human world. Letting the continent absorb the filth and drifting it down the stream. That means it's okay to live in this world. I tried to commit suicide because I couldn't forgive myself. Oyashiro-sama apologized to me and told me to come back to Hinamizawa. And now, here in Hinamizawa, there's this Watanagashi, a festival to get rid of the filth. This isn't just a coincidence. Hinamizawa is a place to wash away your filth. It forgives sins. It is a place of forgiveness.
そういうのをな、みそぎって言うんだ。
あ、言葉だけは聞いたことあるかな。
日本文化というものは、汚れというものにものすごく厳格だろ。汚れを残したまま表舞台にとどまることを許さない。ほら、政治家や社長で汚職があるとすぐに辞職するのもそういうことだ。汚れた人は表舞台を去らなければならない。悪く言うと、汚れを誰か一人に押し付けて、 隕石させるわけだな。
Sins and filth must be removed. Yeah, we gotta remove fries from this channel. That's why people push them onto someone else and then try to get rid of the filth by sacrificing that person. But if that's the case, every time the filth is created, people will try to pass around responsibility for it. That's awfully hideous. It's almost like seeing demons in the human world. That's why they came up with the idea of letting the continent absorb the filth. By doing so, people can live without making someone else take on all the responsibility, sins, and filth. Putting everyone's sins onto someone else and then killing that person makes that person a sacrifice. Who wants to be a sacrifice? That's why they desperately push their sins around. A purification ceremony is about replacing the human sacrifice with a non-human one. The purification ceremony dramatically changed Japanese culture. Before then, people always believed someone had to become a sacrifice. In other words, even with filth, everyone can live without blaming someone else. Filth can be forgiven by a method other than death. Only an existence higher than humans can forgive them. I was forgiven by Orishiro-sama and came back to this place, to Watanagashi, the purification ceremony that exists here, letting cotton absorb the filth and drifting it away. There's no need for a sacrifice. That's why I've been allowed to live. The filth in me has drifted away, so the me that remains is no longer Reina Ryugu. If I'm not Reina, then who am I? If I'm without filth, without all the icky things, who am I? A name vaguely appeared in my head. My new name. That only removes one of the letters from Reina, but I think it's a cute name. All the icky things are erased and forgiven with the removal of that one letter. So my name is no longer Reina. My name is Batman. Okay. My chips are here. They gave me 2 bags of chips. What the hell? Chips and guac again? This is my only meal of the day, chat. I haven't eaten anything all day, okay? Like, I deserve this. Alright. Now, I don't know why they gave me 2 bags. I'm not gonna eat both. Alright. Here we go. So, move. We got watermelon from the Sonozaki family. We got as well. Are you only eating chips? No, I have a Chipotle bowl as well I eat later.
どうもごちそうさまでした。
ねえねえ。また来たってな。
It's not 5,000 calories, motherfuckers.
ただいまあれ、ひろしおじさん。お久しぶりです。
おお、ミヨンちゃん。今帰りかい。おじさんは今から送迎だよ。
送迎？ああ、不動産屋さんのお仕事？
The Sonozaki family is one of the largest landowners here in Himazawa area. However, since all the land is out here in the countryside, it just ends up sitting there. Recently, the land owned by the Sonozaki family was put on sale in lots. At the family meeting, some of our relatives posed the idea by saying we shouldn't sell off the land that was handed down from our ancestors. McGranny snapped and shut them right up. Can you guys stop commenting? This is why I don't eat on stream. Look at you motherfuckers. saying I'm hogging it on the like. What do you mean I'm hogging it, man? Like, come on, I'm just eating. Some of the unused fields were made into vacant lots and released for public sale. Can I eat? Like, bro, eating like it's like, I'm not kidding, chat. I haven't eaten anything today. This is literally the first thing I've eaten in like 24 hours. Like, I'm hungry. Like, leave me alone. The Sonozaki family is very wealthy. We have plenty of land as well as money. So why do we have to sell it off? What's more surprising to me is that Granny was the one who came up with the idea. I would have thought she'd get furious if someone even mentioned something like that.
じゃあね、駅前に寄った時はぜひ遊びにおいでよ。麦茶くらいご馳走するから。
はい、ありがとうございます。お仕事はどんな感じですか？
No, I have a Chipotle bowl, motherfucker. I'm gonna eat later.
会な人が案外興味を持ってくれたからびっくりだわ。便利な都会に住みながら、わざわざこんな田舎に別荘が持ちたい小金持ちばっかりだね。
やれやれ、物好きなことで。
一見別荘じゃなくて引っ越しで検討されてるお宅があったね。アトリエが持ちたいとか言ってたから、画家さんとかかね。
Oh shit, it's Keiichi.
へえ。そりゃすごいや。
おっといけねえわ。じゃあおじさんはバスに戻るわ。
Supposedly, he planned a tour to show them the lots, and he's the one driving the bus. Should be about time for the tour and explanations to end. He left in a hurry.
ねえ、聞いていい？よそ者嫌いのバッチャがさ、どうしてわざわざ分譲地なんかにしたの？
あたしゃよそ者なんか嫌いだし。だが村にゃ必要なんよ。空気の入れ替えみたいなもんさな。
外の人が来ることで何か村にいい影響があるっていうこと？
So Odio brought Keiichi in.
深い村だね。今忙しい世の中だから一日たりともそったしといとくらんかな。昔だったら10年20年住んでても何にも変わらん変化のない静かな村だったんよ。
God, you guys see me eat the most unhealthy stuff on stream because that's the easiest things to eat on stream, okay? Like, I can't just like sit down and like just like eat good food here, alright?
まあそれが田舎ってもんだしね。この村じゃ昨日と今日と明日に何の違いもない。私は退屈だけどね。
でも友達ができたろ。外から竜宮のレナちゃんが引っ越してきて友達になってくれたんだろうが。近い年の友達ができて嬉しい言うとったがな。
うん。予期せぬ友達が突然できるのは楽しいね。
レナちゃんが今度な、ミオン学校が退屈だ退屈だ言うとったね。いやー覚えとる。
Alright, chat. I'll give you guys a chip. Here you go. Psych idiot. Ooh.
それが外から引っ越してくることによる効果だって言いたいわけ？
どんな寒い冬場にかてたまには換気をせんとな。いろりの寒くてしんどいな承知で窓をガラリと開けることもあるんよ。
外から人を迎えることが村の換気になる。
It's too big.
ああ、なるん。そしてきれいな空気を入れて、あたしらみたいな悪い空気はとっとと追い出されるべきなんよ。
Bad air like us? What the hell? If I bring up the Hojo family, I know Granny will explode, so I won't. But I think what Granny is trying to say includes things like their ongoing isolation. Even now, when she remembers what happened at the explanatory meeting, she gets really upset. But I guess even she feels that needs to come to an end. But of course, she can't just say she'll forgive them, not when she's at this stubborn age. She can't lose face by openly saying they need to be forgiven. Honestly, I think she's behaving like a little schoolgirl who acts like a person who but treats them rudely when they're around. Maybe people really do go back to being children when they get old enough. Yep, they do. I'm not just talking about Granny. The same can be said about all the old people in the village. No, maybe I should say the evil around here. That must be what she meant by bad air. There's no use circulating the air in a closed room. Unless you open the windows and let fresh air in, the air in the room won't be purified.
実際に引っ越してくる人があるかはわからないけど、その人にそこまでを期待しちゃうのは気の毒じゃない？
レナちゃんが一人転校してきてもミオンは変わるね。誰が引っ越してきてもきっと村は変わる。
Yeah, Oryu's a fucking prophet.
願わくばそれが元気な若者で、わしら年寄り連中が安心して村を任せられるくらい大暴れしてくれよると嬉しいんだが、それこそ年寄り連中がもうやっとれんね、あの世に退散するわいうくらいにな。
何それ、死んだおじいちゃんの話？
あほんたれ、誰がじいさまの話をしたんよ。俺お手伝いさん言って縁側のお茶を片付けさせてくれな。
Okay, we got tea set on the veranda.
へいへい、了解了解。
ミオン、北条聡が消えた日、
What? Satoshi disappeared already?
お前あたしに詰め寄ったろが。
ああ、そんなこともしたね。
あたしゃな、あれで目が覚めたんよ。北条家がどうのこうのいう問題は年寄り連中が死ねば時間が解決してくれるなんてんじゃあかんね。
Like at weird times. Like they're not in perfect chronological order. They kind of jump a little bit.
そんなの待たず、はよ解決せんとなあかん。
でも自分にはそれができないから、よそ者にそれを託す。
それがあたしにできる精一杯だね。
どんな悪い手札だって次のドローでいい札が入れば流れが変わるきっかけになることもある。それに期待して山から札を引くのもありかもしれない。
新しい風はミオン、お前らの世代になる。外の風を迎え入れたれな。そしてお前は内からの風となって混じり合いながら村のよどみを吹き飛ばしてくれ。
他力本願の極みだね。自分が火種を作ったくせに孫にその尻拭いをさせるとは。
そういいなや。新しい風を。
それが次期当主の仕事だってんなら
頼むわミオン。 あたしゃ置いたね。もう憎まれ役しかできん。
The wind chime sounded quietly. I'm done. I'm done. Fuck you guys. I'm not eating anymore. God forbid I'm a little hungry because I haven't eaten anything all day. No. Can't even fucking eat in peace. You could have one more? Eat my ass! You're done because there's none left. No! You hear that? There's a bunch left. Okay. So that, I think we could do that one. What? Why? I guess he hasn't inspected the lot yet. We were just told that it was happening. Seven fragments are required? We've gotten more than 7. Oh, okay. Apparently not. I don't know what that means. Satoko-san's not dead. Did C117 get completed? No, it didn't. I don't think. No, we don't have C117. Thinking that? Okay, it is that. School is a children's world. The values of grown-ups don't apply. Children decide their own values and create their own world. So the rules of the grown-up world of the village don't mean anything here. Even when the villagers badmouth the Hojo family and try to isolate them, that has no meaning at our school. In the children's world, children decide the rules. Rules they think are irrational don't exist here. That's why, as a representative for the children here, I vow that I will never let any irrational rules come into our world. Within the school, no harassment is allowed towards the Hojo siblings. In the very beginning, some boys teased Satoko, but they were punished severely, and it hasn't happened ever since. That's the least I could do to resist the madness in the village. So I hope Satoshi and Satoko both feel that the school is a safe place for them. Satoshi must notice my concern, because he often smiles when he's here. However, I never see Satoko smile. Satoko's classmates used to try to cheer her up, but soon after they decided that it was best to just leave her alone. I used to try to talk to her, but when I realized something, I stopped doing that. Ooh. I'm a member of the Sonozaki family. To Satoko, I'm one of her enemies, so I'm sure she feels uncomfortable to have me around. All I could do is watch over her. That's why Satoko is alone in the classroom. That said, Rika-chan is always hanging around with her, even though Satoko told her she was annoying. Satoshi too is always behind her, or beside her. These two are the only ones who remain by her side. It isn't limited to Satoko, of course. The malicious isolation is still continuing towards the Hojo family. Besides, their hysterical aunt is so hostile towards her neighbors, there's nobody who sympathizes with her. It's wise to know there are fights worth picking and also fights better set aside. If the aunt had even a little tolerance or self-control, this isolation wouldn't have continued. Of course, the villagers were the ones who forced them into that role, even though they weren't related to the issues. But if she had stayed quiet, then it wouldn't have gone so far. The aunt's hostility is one thing, but she's dragging everyone in the family into it as well. The uncle and aunt haven't been getting along, and he hardly comes home. Both Satoshi and Satoko are forced to live in shame. The aunt vents her stress by harassing Satoko. This was the same too. The aunt is her guardian after all, but Satoko doesn't even try to hide her disgust, so things aren't going so smoothly between them. If she had behaved like Satoshi, then she wouldn't have been made into a target. So does that mean the sad life Satoko is living right now is something she caused herself? No, it doesn't. But no matter how much I sympathize and how much I want to help her, nobody knows what to do. An apology won't change the situation. The flow can't be reversed. The fact that the Hojo family is ostracized by the entire village can't be changed. That's the horribleness lurking underneath our lives. The neighbors, the village, and the community. Once they become your enemies, the world can become so cruel. Japanese people have known that since ancient times, which is why we cultivated empathy and an obligation to show courtesy to one's neighbors. No matter who I blame, Satoko won't smile. So the only thing I can do is to watch over her and make sure that she's safe when she's at school.
ありがとう、ミオ。
え？ごめん、何？
貞子にいつも気を使ってくれてありがとうって。
Satoshi kind of appears absent-minded, but sometimes he says things as if he can read your mind. I tried to deny it since it's out of character for me, but he smiled as if he could tell exactly what I was thinking.
貞子は笑顔の浮かべ方を忘れてしまっただけなんだよ。学校にいる時は本当に少しだけ肩の力を抜ける時間を得られてる。それはきっと貞子にとってとても優しい時間になってるって思ってるよ。
おじさんが気を使えるのはせいぜいこの程度だしね。
そんなことないよ。僕も感謝してるよ。
よしてよ。感謝されることなんかないって。迷惑かけてるのは多分うちなんだしさ。
そんなこと思ってないよ。全然。
I'm not good at reading people's subtle cues, but I know for sure what he just said is a lie. Satoshi knows that he and his family are being isolated because of the Sonozakis, and he's, of course, aware that I'm a member of the Sonozaki family too. Satoshi's mature, and that's the only reason he doesn't take it out on me. If he had the same temper as his aunt, he would hate me bitterly. Knowing that, the least I can do is not get close to them. But I'm a meddlesome person, and when I see Satoko looking depressed or Satoshi forcing himself to smile, I have to do something. That might be even more troublesome to Satoshi and Satoko, though.
私、聡子の気持ちを全然理解してないのかな。
どうして？
聡子が辛い思いをしてる一番の原因はうちにある。そこの娘の私が聡子の周りをうろちょろすることはその空気の読めてないことなのかなって。
そんなことはないよ。ミオンはそれくらいがちょうどいいと思うけどな。
何よそれ。私は無神経な方がぴったりだって言うの？
そういう意味じゃないよ。その空気というのが貞子から笑顔を奪っているのなら、そんな空気なんか全然気にしない人じゃなきゃ 聡子に笑顔は戻せないって
Pizza
思っ
dog
てるか
shooting
ら。
Lily.
うまいこと言ってるけど、さりげなくおじさんのことバカにしてるでしょ。ひどいな。
バカにしてなんかいないよ。助けてほしいだけなんだよ。
え、
僕一人の力じゃ聡子に笑顔は戻せない。ミオンみたいな力強い人の助けがいるんだよ。
でも私園崎家のミオンだよ。私なんかが無神経なことやったらかえって聡子を傷つけるかも。
その空気が聡子を一人ぼっちにしているのに。だからミオンも聡子を一人ぼっちにするのかい。
It's the first time Satoshi has asked me for something so aggressively. Satoko is a very important person to him. He's saying he needs my help to make her smile again. But still, no. Maybe he's right. What's going on between the Sonozaki family and the Hojo family is an issue among the grown-ups. We children don't need to care about that. Irrational rules of the grown-ups don't mean anything in our world. So I have to object to the irrationality of the grown-up world using methods of my own.
聡子は本当に私のこと迷惑に思わないかな。
初めは少しは思うかもしれない。でも僕も一緒だから。ミオンと一緒だから。すぐに打ち解けるよ。
そうかな。今日学校が終わったら聡子を遊びに誘ってみる？
家に帰るとおばさんにいろいろ言われて表に出られなくなってしまうかもしれない。
なら簡単だね。家に帰らずに遊べばいいんだ。
でも帰りがあまりにも遅くなると何の道草を食っ
Just
ていった
kill
んだ
this fucking aunt, Satoshi. Get it over with.
ならさ、あれだ。部活動に加わったっていうのはどう？
部活？
うん。部活ってことにして学校で遊んでから帰ればいいじゃん。だって学校から帰らないでそのまま遊んでる男の子だって大勢いるんだしね。全然問題ないよ。
でも服を汚すとまたおばさんに。
ならさ、アウトドアじゃなくてインドア中心にすればいいわけよ。それなら服も汚れないしね。
インドアってことは教室？でもあんまり暴れると千恵先生に。
インドアで暴れずに、だけれども熱く遊ぶことは可能なんだよ。おじさん、こう見えてもゲームが大好きでね、海外ものの貴重なものとか結構集めてたりするのさ。マニュアルが英語だったり難しかったりで対戦してくれる相手がいなくて死蔵しちゃってるのが多いんだけどね。
それ聡子にも遊べるかな？
もちろんルールなんてね、わかんなかったらその場で作っちゃえばいいんだよ。全員が同じルールに従う以上、どんなルールだったって公平なんだからね。
I said it so confidently, but would bringing games from home and asking Satoko to play with us actually make her smile again? What if I got to lose? Maybe I'll bring one of the board games tomorrow.
あとさ、ミオン。相談があるんだけど。
何？おじさんで乗れる相談なら何でも聞いてよ。
僕、アルバイトを探してるんだ。
Oh, here's a part-time job.
聡子を元気づけるのに、誕生日に素敵なプレゼントをしたら喜ぶかなって思って。
Okay, there's the part-time job. Okay. We don't have the footsteps yet. want that yet. My harsh and brutal days are still continuing without end. The situation between my aunt and Satoko remains the same. My aunt yells at Satoko for no reason every night. Although Satoko cries, she still talks back to her. So my aunt's yelling goes on and on forever. Satoko's crying goes on and on too. When Satoko sees me, she grabs onto me. She hides behind my back and tries to ignore my aunt's yelling. She always comes to seek my help. Satoko doesn't open up to anyone but me. So if I don't protect her, she'll be devastated. That security is something our parents didn't grant to Satoko. I have to be the one to provide it. But every day after day, every time Satoko cries, every day after day, Satoko grabbed onto me while crying yesterday. I patted her head, but along with pity, a different emotion came to me. I wanted to grasp her... I wanted to grasp her head and smash her against the wall. What an unbelievably devilish and awful emotion. To Satoko? Surely means the aunt, right? No, I can't think that. No, it's not that I can't think it. I just can't acknowledge that feeling. Since that day, there has been someone else inside of me. That someone is trying to eat me up from the inside and switch places with me. When Satoko begs for my help while crying, that person tries to make me spill out some awful and hateful words that are sure to damage Satoko forever. Leave me alone, don't grab onto me. Go away, no. I can't. To prevent him from taking over my body, I clenched my stomach and drove him out. I managed to do that. But that wasn't it. That person is coming after me, trying to get back inside of me. I won't let such a scary thing get back inside of me. He knows there's no room to slip into my heart as long as I keep it held shut like this. So he stopped trying and instead is following right behind me. He's waiting for me to let my guard down. When I walk, he walks right behind me. He's breathing down my neck. He follows me everywhere, and when I lie down, he stares down at me. He's waiting for the right moment to jump back inside of me so he can hurt Satoko. It's been so hot lately. Maybe the heat is getting to me, and that's why I think things like this. I'm the only family Satoko has, so I'll have to protect her from my aunt for the rest of my life. That's my eternal duty. The rest of my life? Forever? Do I really have to do that forever? If only Satoko. But I'm her only family. But it's because of my aunt. But it's because of the villagers too. It's almost Watanagashi. Some irresponsible people are saying that the curse will once again fall upon Hinamizawa. They're also saying it'll fall upon me and Satoko for sure. Maybe it's just my imagination, but lately the villagers expecting it are giving me especially sharp looks. I feel like I'll be killed on the day of Watanagashi. Of course, there's no reason why I would be killed. It's just my imagination. Ah, pat. Don't come inside me. Satoko is my only sister in my family, so don't tell me those awful things. Pat. Stop. Don't come this way. The footsteps came right behind me, and the hand touched me on the shoulder. Kana? Oh my god. Fucking, I knew it. I must have been acting weird. Rena looked worried. Her name is Rena Ryugu. She just moved here and transferred to my school. Nobody remembered her, but supposedly she lived here in Hinamizawa a long time ago. In fact, she hardly remembers anything about Hinamizawa either. Since Mion is the only other classmate who's my age, I'm glad she's my friend. She usually carries on happily alongside of Mion, but occasionally she shows more feminine consideration. Oh my god, 2 double kanas in a row. Her immediate answer made me realize I wasn't myself. She knows that my problem isn't physical, but a mental one. This is just something I think to myself. But even though Rena seems like a very easygoing person, maybe she's more perceptive than she appears.
レナは転校してきたばかりだから頼りないかもしれないけど、話を聞くことはできるからね。きっと聞いてあげるだけでも少しは心が軽くなると思うから。
Although she just transferred, she already knows quite a bit about me and my sister, and also about the situation in the village, or with the villagers. But talking about it won't solve anything. Actually, if I talk about it, I feel like I'd be admitting to my weakness, which might give that person a chance to get inside of me again.
さっき声をかけたらすごく驚いたでしょ。そんなにも考え事をしてるならきっと辛い悩みなんだろうなって思って。はあ。
それはなぜか最近誰かにずっと後をつけられているような錯覚がしてね。ひたひたペタペタだからそれかと思って。
Uh-oh. Rana's gonna know.
僕は一体何を言ってるんだか。
足音ついてくるの？
え？
私その足音知ってる。
Boom. Higurashi. Ooh. The worst person to talk about this? No, it's actually the best. She's actually the best person to talk about this with. Alright, so we can do that. Okay, we don't have a bat to beat her to death with yet. Oh man, chat, we are on the fucking... We are on the final straightaway. Alright, chat. A little bit of a shorter segment here. Alright. Tomorrow we have Yvonne. I don't think I have anything else, right? So, outside of Yvonne, I think we, yeah, we try to, I think... We have 1, 2, 3, 4... Dodi? The hell? 5, 6, and then it's like the... Okay, I think we could get through most of it tomorrow night. Alright. Oh, Stellosaurus tomorrow? Maybe we'll see. But very, very nice. That's gonna do it for us today. Thank you guys for hanging out. What's up, Amir? We are literally just wrapping up, unfortunately, but... What? What? Look at this little feller. Dodi, come here. Dodi, put your... Dodi. All right, well, look at him. Look at this guy. Okay, Dodi, down, Dodi. All right, well, chat. Oh, Dodi, you're not gonna come back up? Oh no, he's going for the fucking front now. Well, I'll see y'all. Back down, motherfucker. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Oh, he's trying to climb up here. Motherfucker, what? I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thank you guys for hanging out as always. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.